is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. Let's get right into it. Episode 878. Refresh the page, and 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it, man. We're synced. We're ready. We're ready to be in like somewhere, bro. Got superpowers, dude. I want to know. I know that from what I heard, they changed the some visuals in the opening. So, but apparently, like the entire opening is mainly Whole Cake Island. So, I'm looking forward to seeing where it is that they inserted these Reverie spoilers. You know. So I want to know where it is that did they put it towards the end, like I was saying in the last video. Man, dude, I've been waiting for this episode to drop for so long. Chapter 903, man. What an amazing arc, man. Whole Cake Island was truly such an incredible arc. Such an emotional roller coaster, man. So many different amazing moments. So many amazing character moments. Yes, we've got soup. You know, I started thinking about it. I was like, man, a lot of my favorite characters that have been introduced post-timeskip have come from Whole Cake Island. You know, Pudding and Katakuri, Big News Morgans, Stussy. You know, these, and making me appreciate characters that I already love. Even more than I already did. So it was great, man. It was great. This part right here is always so epic, man. Yo, not the Shanks. The Shanks putting it. Nah. Reverie, here we go. Here we go, man. That's what I was waiting for, Coach. Soon. So I'm going to assume that they're just going to change that part of the opening every single time. That part and the part of upcoming. I knew it. Yo, look at that. Look at Shanks. Yes. No way. Bro, they showed them? They showed my eye. I hold it in. Hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. Yo. Yo. They did not just show. Shanks! Hold on, bro. Where's my glasses? Dog. Okay, we saw this last week. With that they were gonna flash back to the first chapter. Oh, bro, I can't believe that they actually showed that in the opening. That, yo. Yo, this is that classic Opie soundtrack, man. My boy Shanks, man. I can't believe what they showed, bro. It doesn't make any sense though without any previous context. So like it's like, okay, I understand. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I get it. Look at my boy Lucky Roo! Yo, I've been saying it for years, man. Lucky Roo is one-shotting anyone. Anyone. He pulls up on anybody, meat in hand. Don't try Lucky Roo, dog! Makino, man. The legend himself, bro. Higuma. This, man. It's nice actually just seeing Shanks, man. You know, it's always great seeing him, even in flashbacks, just because we never get to see him. Another classic One Piece soundtrack. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Get my boy Ben Beckman, dog. It's so nice seeing the crew here, man. No matter how many times I reread this chapter, it's always, or we experience it like this, it's always nice. Just being able to see Shanks' crew, man. I love this scene right here, and I always look back also to that one scene in Jaya where Luffy refused to fight against Bellamy. It reminded me so much of this scene right here. That scene was so goat, man. The one in Jaya where Luffy refused to fight back against Bellamy. The scene right before Blackbeard's speech. Such a beautiful scene, man. Look at that. It's like Luffy, you see Luffy's growth just in that sentence alone from there and that moment in Jaya, man. Shanks and Makino, man. The ship. Just imagine like eating something that and you magically gain an ability afterwards. You're just like eating something. You're like, okay, this looks good. You put it in your mouth. You start eating it, and next thing you know, like something randomly happens. Let's say if they have like an invisibility, flames, rubber, whatever, man, right? And like whenever you find out, I was like, man, like it would be mad shook. And whenever you get superpowers, usually in a lot of series, it is like that. Like they'll get the ability and then they'll randomly like, oh snap, where did I get this from? And then they think back to key moment A. Thanks, bro. Yo, I love this scene so much, man. Dude. Yo, Lucky Roo is a G, man. I thought your punches were as strong as pistols. And in the future, they're stronger than pistols, man. Even his jet pistol is like a jet cannon. That thing is like a cannon, bro. I love this scene so much right here, bro. You have Shanks smiling like a sicko. Now that you've drawn your pistol, you put your life on the line. I'm saying those aren't for threatening people. And Lucky Roo takes a body while eating meat. My boy's eating his dinner and catches a body, bro. Like, Lucky Roo, dog. No, the Shanks speech OST. This is a godly soundtrack, man. Anyone who hurts my friends has to pay. I love the soundtrack. Pen Beckman, dog. You better find yourself a warship or something, bro. I'm telling you. More than a warship, bro. You need a... I mean, Marine HQ didn't want the smoke. You feel me? And I know they just got done with a battle. But even Marine HQ didn't want the smoke from Shanks, man. And his crew, you feel me? They saw Lucky Root from a mile and were like, we don't want another Lucky Root today, bro. We just dealt with Whitebeard. We don't feel like dealing with Lucky Root today, dog. That was cool. Seeing it inside of his eye. Then the goat. Sacrificing it for the next generation, man. Give me that. Give me the King Saki, Shanks. Come on, man. Show us the King Saki, bruh. Yo. That thing did not want any of the smoke. My soundtrack. Oh, I gotta put in both for this one, bro. This is my soundtrack, bro. Greatness. Every single time that I watch or read this scene right here that's coming up, it always makes me so excited. It makes me want to theorize how they'll meet again. Like how Shanks and Luffy will meet again, man. And all the build-up from all of these years. Oh my. Let's put the earphone back in. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no. Dun, 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 dun. The GOAT soundtrack, man. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, that's a wallpaper. That's a wallpaper. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. One Piece OSTs, man. Come bring it back to me Sunday. To become a great pirate, bro. And every time I see that, I'm like, yo, whenever he actually does see him again, will he take it from him? Like, will he actually give up his hat? Like, that hat has been with us for so long. For 10 years, dog. Como no? Pistolo. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I want at least 10 of them. You heard them. 10 of them. Orewanado. Yo, bro, I got chills. I got chills. Yo, man, I thought back to that cover, to the cover page, bro, with Makino. Oh, yo, legit, hard chills right there. He's in the newspaper again. The goat is in the newspaper again. I love how they're telling this episode out of order from the manga. Yo! The legendary... What did we call it whenever we first saw it? The can, the magical can? I forgot what we called it. Legendary raid suit, man. My boy's raid suit. If they're telling this out of order, just this chapter alone, then, or at least like they're taking like their own approach to it, then I can already tell like how they're gonna handle this arc. Excuse me. Yo, look at Luffy and Chopper firing lasers. It's always with the beams. It always goes back to the beams with these two, man. I can't blame them though, man. Beams are cool. Beams are cool. I mean, Swan indeed, man. Man, shout out to Usopp, man. Zeus. I'm telling you, man. Nami has her own Pokemon, bro. At her will. Zeus. At level 75 Zeus, man. Zeus. Flipping Zeus, yo. Here we go. The paper. Bonnie in the corner. See the king? Man, I'll tell you what, bro. Hold on. Attempted to assassinate Big Mom. $330 million. Hey, it's not just a number, man. It's not just a number. I'm sorry, Nami. it's especially not to the community. Vin smokes Sanji, man. That is truly incredible. Just the weight of the German name. He's willing to raise his bounty by that much, you know. No, they didn't show it. Reverie. Man, this is fascinating. Like, I thought out of all the chapters, the one that they would leave untouched is 903, but yo, they're really going about their own approach of telling this story arc. Interesting. It's already their territory, man. In our hearts, this is already their territory. In their hearts, too. Isn't it amazing the impact that a person has on you? That you're only going with them because if not, that person's going to call you weak. And it's like that sometimes, though, man. It only takes one person's words. Overtaken? Hold on, bruh. Out of all the OSTs, that's the one I was least expecting. No, this is the narration. Crocodile. No wonder it's for that narration. Straw Hat Luffy already took 7 powerful pirate groups under his umbrella. And has more than 5,000 subordinates, which makes him a great captain. Dun, dun. He is not only a sworn brother of Ace, but also of Sabo, number 2 of the Revolutionary Army. Now I know why they chose Overtaken. My girl Vivi, dog. To submission. Yo, Morgan's is insane. Din 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 din. 800 mil in a bill. Din 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 din. The 5th Emperor of the Sea emerges. Monkey D. Luffy, dog. My boy Akainu can just mess around saying 4 emperors or 5 emperors. As long as I am the admiral of the fleet, I won't let my boy Akainu, dog. Yeah, but you better relax on the king though, man. In the flesh. I read the manga and that made me mad, bro. Yes! Bro! They're gonna... Dude, I can't wait for next week's episode. Yes, man, I'm all in. I'm all in. I can't wait for next week. Now that title makes so much sense. Now that title makes so much sense, man. Yo, they're gonna make it the Reverie an actual arc. Like they're gonna extend this thing by quite a lot. I expect the flashbacks to start later on, but no, man. Yo, we're getting the flashbacks now, and we're getting the flashbacks to the early stuff. So next week's gonna be the other half of 903. Hey, man, Toei's taking it upon themselves. Give me one sec. Let me turn this off. Toei's taking it upon themselves to tell the story in a way that they want to tell it. You know, starting off this episode with how we know 903 ends, right? You know, it's very fascinating in the way that they decided to tell that. And then, of course, showing Makino and the mayor with whip slap all the way over there, and then, of course, having the entire flashback, which, of course, makes sense if we're going to show Shanks' connection and his tie to Luffy. It's been quite some time since we've gotten that flashback in the anime. And then next week, we're going to get another flashback, which is the one that I was expecting. The flashback we're getting next week is one that I was 110% expecting, so I'm looking forward to getting that flashback. But, man, dude, so... Man, I'm shocked though at the fact that they decided to split 903 in half. Like, out of all of the chapters and out of all of the stuff that I think they would have left untouched because it was so perfect, 903 was the one that I thought they were going to touch. But it looks like 903, if it's not going to be split in half, they might even split this thing in thirds. Like, yo, 903 might actually be 3 episodes long. Which then makes you think, it's like, man, what are they going to do for the rest of the... This is just 903. What are they going to do for the rest of the arc? You feel me? So, a lot of incoming flashbacks. I can already see them now. A lot of incoming flashbacks. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I always enjoy the flashbacks. It's always nice to get the older stuff in the newer... in its newer style in the anime. You know, bumped up in quality and definition and whatnot, but... I always enjoy the flashbacks, so it is what it is for me. But I know a lot of people don't really like flashbacks, especially when they've been done a lot of times. But for me, I feel like it fits this arc in particular. But there's going to be certain chapters, like now I'm really interested on seeing how they handle specifically 904, 905, 906, 907, 908. Because all of those... 904, I mean, after what I just saw in the opening, oh man. But at least now it makes sense, because I was so confused. I thought they were going to go ahead and then back, but they're already doing that, so I guess they might as well have. But I thought they were going to go to 905 and go back to 904. But no, I think they're going to tell it in order. They're just going to pad the flagnards out of everything, so, and add a whole bunch of filler with like flashbacks and showing other stuff that we hadn't even seen in the anime. Yo, but great soundtrack placement in this episode. When Overtaken started playing, I was like, why is Overtaken playing? Oh, it was the 5th Emperor of the Sea speech, man. Our boy, the King of the Pirates, Monkey D. Luffy, is officially known as the 5th Emperor of the Sea, man. It's such a massive moment. You know, and... very, very interesting way to want to tell this chapter. Because this chapter was so monumental to us. And it was so perfect that, like, I'm half and half on it, because I'm happy that Toei is taking it upon themselves to actually go about a different route than the manga, because that just shows they have the initiative and they care about this content. But at the same time, 903 was so perfect, they should have just done it that way. But regardless, maybe with the way they wanted to do it, they wanted to stretch it out multiple times. So it's understood. It's understood in that way. But man, I'm still shook about what they showed in the opening, man. But the great thing, at least, about what they showed in the opening is that you won't be able to, if you're just a regular One Piece and a fan of the anime, there's no way in the Flying Flagnards you can even tell what is going on in there, because they're just the last 2 images are so ridiculously without context that, excuse me, you could have speculation on it, but I doubt anybody will ever be able to guess what is actually going on in those pages, and at least in those stills. So that was very, very fascinating. Very, very fascinating that they decided to go with those 2 in particular. I mean, I could have already seen one of them, which was the last one, which is arguably the scene that I'm looking forward to seeing the most happening in the actual anime. So that's gonna be great. That and the chapter before that. But man, very, very interested on how they're gonna handle the whole Reverie arc from here on out, because I was waiting for this chapter to come out to see how it is that they would be paced, and I didn't think they were gonna touch 903. I thought 903 was gonna be untouched, but now they touched even 903, and they decided to split this. And based on next week's title and what we saw in next week's preview, in chapter 903 might actually be split into 3 parts. The first part, the second part, and then we get the third part. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like the third, it wouldn't be able to be like an entire chapter unless they do like the second half of 903 and then all of 904. I mean, 904 was a pretty short chapter, so you're at least the last 2 pages of 903 and then do 904. I could see that. Or next week they just go ahead and do the second half of 903. I don't know. But based on the way they did this week's chapter, which is only like a couple of pages in 903, then I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to handle next week and the week after. I'm interested, man, because Toei is obviously not playing it by the book, but it's not also like they're just trashing the material. They're taking their own initiative to have the best possible experience for everyone, for casuals, for the hardcore, and for just the overall experience. So I'm interested because they're taking it upon themselves. You can tell just how much this moment means to that studio, because not only did they start off the episode on Shanks, they ended the episode on Shanks. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle that scene whenever we eventually get to it. Great stuff, though, man. Great stuff. I'm just very fascinated. It hurts my heart because 903 was such a perfect chapter, and I wanted that chapter to just be one episode. But if Toei, because I saw what they did and they're doing things differently, I'm going to have faith that they have some sort of plan in mind, in store, to take this arc and prolong it for... I mean, I like I said before, I already expected the flashbacks to come. I just didn't expect them to do it like this. So now that this first episode of the arc has already set that standard, I can expect that the rest of the arc's going to follow that. But because they started this early, I feel like once we start getting way later on into the arc, we may be getting less and less of them. Especially during the last three chapters of the arc, which to me should just be left to those last 3 chapters. But to be honest with you, some of those chapters can be split into whole episodes. I mean, there's just so much content in them, man. And if 903 is split, I can see other chapters in this arc being split too, man. But regardless, I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. What did y'all think about this episode and about how they are handling the Reverie arc so far? How do they handle chapter 903? Just the first couple of pages of chapter 903 so far. And what did you guys think about the opening and certain changes in the individuals? I'm going to go back because a few of those sequences were going by way too quick. But the one that I caught still has me caught off guard, man. Like, I can't wait to just see it again and in color. Yo! For my manga readers, man, y'all know why I'm hyped, man. That is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. So, yeah, man, I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. I will see y'all for One Piece episode 879, because now that they've already taken their own initiative, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to handle the rest of the arc. So it'll be interesting just to see how they adapt everything, considering how amazing these chapters were in the manga. So I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day, man. Shout out to Instant Messenger Sama, baby.